There we go. Hi, everyone. We are definitely not late. What are you talking about? Hi. Right?
What do you mean?
I don't.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Exactly. Hi, everyone. On this Thursday, it's Thursday already. Why? How? It's been a week. Been a week.
Indeed.
Before I start to explain to you guys what are we doing here, especially for the people who have never been here. How? But I'll take it. In the meantime, hi everyone.
Oh, did I fuck it up?
Yeah, you did.
Hold on.
I just wanted to ask you to introduce yourself. I think that is introduction enough.
Yeah, listen, hey, Rio Bravo, Chupacabra, stoner, bastard,
professional streamer.
Yeah, professional streamer. Super good at everything I do.
Exactly.
There we go. Is that fixed now? Hold on. Let me change to a different one, and then I'll change back.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, now it works. Perfect.
Yeah.
Professional bastard. Okay. Hey, put it on your resume. Also, Hase, could you just also give a shout out to Rio for the people who don't follow Rio yet? Because sure, guys,
wow,
do better.
Thank you.
Do better.
Better. How could you?
Yeah, welcome guys to episode 14 of Hydrafixation. We are hopefully past the absolute cursed bullshit that is me trying to have episodes with people. Because I know the rescheduling is bad. I try better. But yes, welcome to Hydrafixation, my silly little talk show where I invite a guest for them to yap about their special interest or hyperfixation, with the slight disadvantage that they only have 20 minutes of uninterrupted yapping time. And then I'll cut them off and ask questions, and you guys can ask questions. Let's see how that goes. I already actually have some questions put down. Also, if you ask, okay, but why is it called Hydra fixation? Well, it's easy. You start with one topic and 10 others will pop up. I don't know where we will end with this, but we will talk about Monster High today. So that's gonna be interesting. But let me actually put up the infamous and dreadful timer of 20 minutes. I'm considering your preparation for today. I'm really interested if you manage to keep the 20 minutes.
I'm gonna fucking try my damnedest. I'm gonna fit everything I have written down here into 20 minutes. It's gonna happen.
I'm predicting that we'll end up a trout population.
Maybe. Anything is possible.
I mean, some of the Monster High characters are like fish-ish, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could end there. We could.
Yeah, you know.
You'll never know here. You'll never know here. We took some weird turns on this show already. I'm ready. Question is, are you ready?
I am ready. I was born ready. I was born ready to talk about my favorite thing.
Oh no. My calculations were at 7. Jesus Christ. Can the peanut gallery shut up? Wow. Oh my god. Also, I hope you all have snacks and a drink. I should have more caffeine. That was a mistake. But now it's too late. I'll live. Because you are born ready, I'm born EP. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I have water and wow, I'm good. Yeah, you're Marsh level 90 when? I saw yesterday you're now at 83. Oh, you were at 83. So how's soon? Soon? Mm-hmm. Nice. Then I don't have 84. 84 in what, 2 months? That's what happens when you introduce people to World of Warcraft. That is that happened. That happened. But I don't want to divert already. So we're starting. I will give you a warning at 10 minutes, at 5 minutes, and at 1 minute, and we will just stop and you have to deal with it.
Okay.
I will count you in. And then we can start yapping about Monster High. I'm curious. I'm curious what you will tell me because I remember things very foggy. That's it. I know it exists. I have I think I remember like 3 names. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. We will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so Monster High, a Mattel company, created Monster High on June 11th of 2010. Okay, so now imagine this, okay? You are a tween girl between the ages of 8 and 12, okay? And you've only ever had one type of doll, and that is, well, 2 types, I guess. But that is Barbie and American Girl dolls. Now, Mattel, the people at Mattel that created Monster High, they were like, you know, I feel like they're like tween girls need something that's like, you know, not like away from Barbies, because, you know, Barbies, it's just the same thing over and over again. You know, it's the same doll. And, you know, we need something to mix it up, something for that demographic that's a little bit more, you know, suited for teenagers or like tweens. You know, it like gets them ready for high school. It, you know, it like brings up these moral dilemmas and these amazing characters that they can relate to. And so out came Monster High. So this what I guess what it would be called, franchise. This franchise is very Y2K alternative baddie. Okay, it's very 2010s fashionista emo scene kids. Okay, it really calls onto all of those, you know, it calls onto the weirdos of the world, the tween girls that liked maybe My Chemical Romance a little too much, or just really liked that sort of scene and regarded themselves as fashionistas. And so we go to our first slide here. So as you can see on the left, we have these are concept images of the dolls. So you can see Claudine Wolfe, you can see Frankie Stein, and you can see Draculaura. These are the first iterations. These weren't released to the public. This was just to get an idea of what they might look like. Very Barbie-ish, but as you can see in the next image on the right, that is Gen 1 Monster High. So these were the first dolls to come out from Monster High. So a little bit on the generations. So 2010 to 2016, that was Gen 1. And then from 2016 to 2018 was Gen 2. And then from 2020 to current times, that is Gen 3. So, okay, hold on. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. There's so much. Okay, so let me talk about the main crew first. So we have Frankie Stein, who is the daughter of Victor Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein. Then we have Draculaura, obviously the daughter of Dracula. We have Claudine Wolfe, the daughter of the werewolf. We have Cleo Denial, which is right here in the middle. This is the daughter of the mummy. And then we have Deuce Gorgon, who is right here. He is the son of Medusa, and he is Cleo's boyfriend. And then we don't have her here, but I will just switch to this page real quick. We have Ghoulia right here. She is a zombie girl, okay? And then we have Laguna right here, who is the daughter of a sea monster and an ocean nymph. And then we have Abby Abominable, which is the daughter of the Yeti. She should be over here somewhere. Well, this is her newer design, but this is Abby Abominable. And so this is the main crew. Some of them were all introduced together, and then some of them came into the group as time went on and as the franchise grew. So a little bit of a peek inside of why the dolls, or like how exactly they release the dolls, and also how that incorporates into the movies and the web series that they had about Monster High. So the movies always ate, okay? They always hit so fucking hard, and there was a lot of them, and each movie sequentially had a line of dolls that would come out, usually based around the concept and the story of the movie. So I have all of the they're all TV released, by the way. So these were all free movies you could watch on like Nickelodeon. And so there was the first one, which is New Ghoul at School. This was the very first movie they put out on their website, okay? It was a movie, and it's animated, and it was a movie about Frankie Stein entering Monster High for the first time. She was born, there's a joke, she was born 16 days ago, so she's technically 16 years old. And she is, you know, the new girl at school. She's trying to fit in and meet everybody, and she meets the girls, and, you know, it's kind of the coming of age of her trying to fit into this high school of monsters. And an amazing soundtrack, can I just say? Holy fuck. Like, they really were in their bag with that one. They were like, we need to bring out all the hits, all the stops, all of the Y2K emo badness. And they did that, and it was very awesome, and it helped frame, you know, exactly what the movie was going to be about. And then there was Fright On. Fright On was another similarly like baseline movie. It was the second movie to come out, and it was I think it was mainly about them being cheerleaders because they were part of the Fear Leader squad. And then it was also a lot of subplot and things like that about the girls, so that you can get to know them a little bit better, and some of the other students as well. And then there was Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love, which was about Draculaura right here. It was about her 1600th birthday. She was turning 1600, and she was having a sweet 16. And it basically introduced, you know, because she's born on Valentine's Day, and so her ex-boyfriend from back in the day, her ex-vampire boyfriend, and she's also a vegetarian. Can I just say, Draculaura, one of my top 5 favorite Monster High characters, she's a vegetarian vampire. She actually faints at the sight of blood and meat. She hates it. So her ex-boyfriend, his name was actually Valentine. And he created Valentine's Day for Draculaura, which is ironic that he named the day after himself. But it's basically because, yeah. So basically, Claudine's brother, Claude, is Draculaura's boyfriend. I can probably find him in the G3 photos. This is Claude. this is Claudine's brother and Draculaura's boyfriend. And it was basically how like Valentine was this rich, like romantic, smooth, sly, like serpent's tongue vampire.
Excuse
and
me.
Claude, yes, and yeah, you heard me. And and Claude was this like, you know, down to earth, a little bit poor, you know, just normal teenage werewolf boy that couldn't really compete in that way because he was just he was a scare ball player, like, you know, he was in sports and stuff, but he's a jock, and so he couldn't really compare. And so it was basically Valentine hypnotizing Draculaura to fall in love with him, and Claude trying to get him back. And it was a whole thing where the girls had to try to help Draculaura and had to, you know, basically be like, fuck you, Valentine. And it was a whole thing. Very cunty. Her doll for her Sweet 16 was so good. I actually have it, I think. And she has like the big jersey mother poof in her hair. She has like a beautiful gown. And it also actually came with Claude. You can buy them both together. And he was in his suit and stuff, and it's really sweet and it's really cute. Yeah, that was that one. That one was truly the one that paved the way for the TV movies. That was the first one that got a lot of tween girls' attention because it was so like cunty, like everybody was dressed up and it came out with the dolls and their outfits and it's so cute. And
10 minutes left.
Oh god, okay. And then and then there's like 6,000 more. There's Escape from Skull Shores, which is the beach episode, basically, but it's a movie. And then there's Ghoul's Rule, which was about what was that one about? I think that one was about roller skating. There was Friday Night Frights. No, that one was about roller skating. I don't even remember what Ghoul's Rule was about. There was Scaris, City of Frights, where they went to Scaris, France, which is just Paris. And then they got 13 Wishes, which was about a genie, and there's a big bad evil coming over the school. Frights Camera Action, I don't even remember what that was about. Freaky Fusion, which is really funny because they were doing fusion before Steven Universe was, where they would fuse two of the monsters together to become one monster, but they were basically two minds in one body. And then there was Haunted, which gets into some of the other characters of the school and everybody turns into Ghost. There's Boo York, which is about them going to New York and going to fashion shows and meeting a bunch of artists and stuff like that. And then there's The Great Scary Reef, which is where everybody turns into mermaids and they all go in the ocean and they have their whatever issues that they have. And that was pretty much all Gen 1. Or like Gen 1 and Gen 2, but mostly all Gen 1. And there were also, just on the topic of media, there were also several books that you could buy and would usually follow someone that wasn't part of the main cast of girls. Usually the books were in a POV of someone else who was in the circle of the girls, but like was kind of like an outside perspective. And it would give a lot of information on the background of a lot of characters. It would build a lot of the world of Monster High because, you know, you're thinking, oh, this is just a monster world. No, it's actually split. There's normies, which are humans, us, and then there are the monster world, and that's where Monster High is. And also including the books, you would get diaries with each doll that you would buy of the original dolls. You would get diaries of diary entries written by the girls, so it'd also give you more context as to their personalities and things like that. It was all very much like we are all teen girls and we, you know, are living our life, and it's very like coming of age high school shit. It's like preparing tween girls for high school. So let's get into G2 and G3. So Gen 2 was created after a little bit of controversy with Mattel, where a lot of people were like, you know, you're kind of making the dolls a little too skimpy. The skirts are a little too short, you know, they're a little bit too alternative or like too, you know, this and this and that. And so Mattel went and they basically made everybody have longer skirts. They redesigned some of the dolls themselves, like the hairstyles and the faces and the printed faces that they have on there. It was basically just being like, hey, we're redesigning them, but they're largely the same. Now, after Generation 2, Monster High actually went under. They actually closed down. Mattel completely cut off Monster High, and it was no longer in the sphere of dolls or toys or anything for quite a few years until 2020, which is where you may have seen the Generation 3 dolls and those stories. Now, the thing with Generation 3 is a lot of people have very mixed feelings because they have all new designs and they all have new stories. So I'm going to tell you who each person is. This is supposed to be Cleo right here. This is Draculaura. This is Frankie Stein. This is Claudine. This is supposed to be Laguna right here. And she is pink. And she is also no longer Australian. She was Australian in the first 2 iterations. She is now South American for some reason. And then we have Deuce here. And this is Toralei. They made Toralei look completely different than she did in the original ones. This is Gulia. This is Twyla. I don't know why she's here. I think they just incorporated a lot of the random side characters from the first 2 generations as part of the main group in Gen 3, which isn't bad, but it was just weird because it was like, this wasn't really established as a necessity before. But here's Abby as well, and then here's Claude. So a lot of the issue that some people take from this new generation G3 is that they're not as an alternative as they once were. They're not giving goth baddie realness. It's more giving like TikTok influencer pop girlies, and that's fine. But they changed so many of the characters so much that it was a culture shock almost. It was a shock. It was like they're not even the same people anymore. Especially Claudine and Cleo, as well as Laguna, obviously, for obvious reasons. And so here's my take on it, is that honestly, the representation and everything from Gen 3, I love. I love a lot of the designs. I love the way the dolls look. My only thing is I wish we could have just used or incorporated more of the original G1 and G2 designs into G3, so it's not like you just picked out the things that you liked about Monster High and then just made your own thing, you know? It needs a little bit more polish. It needs a little bit more of what made Monster High so interesting. And also, not to mention, a lot of the reason why they decided to do it this way and redesign them is because parents of the newer generation of kids that were starting to enjoy Monster High, they were like, they're too scary. This concept it's too scary for my children. My children can't handle all these monsters, which is bullshit. And so they were kind of trying to people please, and in doing so, I think they kind of went too far in the wrong direction. Helmstever, I think, you know, they did what they did. Some of the outfits still eat. Some of it is still very cute. Like Abby is looking so cute. I love her new design, but it's still like, you know, it for a lot of people, it was just really disheartening almost, because it was like you took away our main idea that we had of these girls. But there are new movies, and the issue is that they're all live action for some ungodly fucking reason. So there's a bunch of people in like pink and blue face paint on the screen, yeah, and fuck ass contacts. And there's been a lot of controversy with the fact that a lot of the outfits are sourced from like Dolls Kill or problematic like fake poser alternative sites and stuff like that. And it's just like, you know, you had something really good going for you, and then you just fucked it real hard. So it is a whole thing. But that is most of what I have to say about Monster High.
1.5 minutes left.
I'll talk about the website. There is a Monster High website that was where they showed the web series, where they would put out episodes of like little shorts of moral dilemmas, or like little cute, like just shorts, animated shorts, daily. And it was really fun. You could just watch them, put them on. You can watch a whole playlist of them. A lot of it is free. You can find it on YouTube if you just look up Monster High web series. But they also had a bunch of games on the website that you could play, and you can make your own Monster High doll for yourself. Like, not like an actual doll, but you can design your own Monster High character, and you can print it out, and you can do a bunch of stuff. And it was always so much fun. It was one of my favorite things to do on the website, was just to go through all the games and stuff, and just type out a bunch of stuff, take a bunch of quizzes of like what Monster High character are you and stuff like that. It was so much fun. But yes, that is most of it right there. That is Monster High.
Oh, and 48 minutes left. I mean, in all technicality here, you also sent me videos that we didn't now look into, but I will not make a thing out of that, because I wanna watch the title music, because it slaps. Hey yo,
the music always slaps. The main Monster High theme, holy fuck, it's so good.
Honestly, yeah. Let me actually let me put that up, because you said. Let me find it. Okay, I hope that works.
The Gen 2 devastated the doll customization world. It really did. Everybody hated Gen 2 when it first came out.
There it is. Okay. There we go. Ready for banger music, guys. Also, I just look at the outfit, and I feel old. I feel so horrendously old. Because I think I owned that. I owned that outfit.
I'm crying.
Every time I see a Y2K inspiration that teenagers do, I'm sitting there like, my teens are aesthetic now. Yeah, some of those fits makes my back cry. Yeah, that's what I look. Yeah, the old timers are dating themselves. But yeah, let's fucking listen to that. Oh no, it's not from the beginning. There we go. I also love the logo. Actually, the logo is such good work. But yeah, let's fucking listen to that. Oh no, it's not from the beginning. There we go. I also love the logo. Actually, the logo is such good work. But yeah, we're now paying homage. Yeah, shut the fuck up. We're now paying homage. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Very cool.
I will have that stuck in my ear now for the next 3 business days. I already know it.
Oh, trust me. Anytime I'm reminded of it, it's stuck in my head for like 3 months.
In my ear now for the next 3 business days. I already know it. The names.
Oh, trust me. Anytime I'm reminded of it, it's stuck in my head for like 3 months.
The names. Oh, the double can be because of. Yeah, the double is because of Rio.
Because I'm streaming it.
Yeah.
Here on Lore.
There you go. I want to call it campy, but it isn't even meant to be campy.
Yeah. It's unintentionally camp as hell.
Oh. Reminds me of I don't know, a few weeks ago the urge to watch the first High School Musical movie, and oh my fucking god. Oh, there were like I
Yeah.
remember when that movie came out to free TV and I watched it the first time. Like the cool exclusive premiere.
Yes. Oh god.
God, it is something.
It's such a banger.
It is definitely something. Holy shit. Okay. Guys. I have paper. I have questions. I took notes. I will start with the easy one, and then we can go in the socio-political discussions. Okay?
Okay. Absolutely.
I mean, you kind of already answered that in your introduction of who this was meant for, but the tweens, the old tweens who like My Chemical Romance a bit too much, that excellent self-call. I just have to applaud that.
Yes.
Incredible work here. Incredible. No, but actually, what was your first interaction, or how did you stumble over Monster High?
So I actually, I remember it so clearly. I was in elementary school. I want to say probably 8. And I went to my friend's house who lived across the street from my elementary school. We were just going there after school. And she had a Monster High doll that she had got, that her mama got her. And it was Draculaura. And I was like, oh, what is that? And she was like, it's Monster High. You don't know what Monster High is? I was like, no, what is it? She's like, oh, she's a vampire. She's Draculaura. And I looked at it and I instantly fell in love with the doll. I was like, I love this so much, especially because as problematic as this might sound, and it is problematic, I used to be a huge fan of Twilight at that age. At that age, I loved vampires so much. So Draculaura was my first introduction to Monster High, and ever since then, like, I remember the next day we went to like Aldi's or like a grocery store, and I was like, can we go to the toy section and see if there's any Monster High dolls there? And then my mom was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, there's dolls that my friend had. I want a doll. And she was like, okay, we'll go look. And then eventually we went to Walmart, and they had I think it was the Frights Out monster, Draculaura, and I got her, and she was my first ever Monster High doll, and I think I still have her. And her legs are broken. It's really funny. But yeah, that was my very first introduction. Well, because okay, bro, you don't understand. They used to make those dolls like ass. The legs, like the whole mechanism of the legs was always so fucked up. They didn't fix that shit until like Gen 2. And then the legs were like, it was a lot harder to break them. But like her hips, like it was held together by like a string, like a rubber band inside the doll. And it would just wind up and get all weird in there. And it was just really fucky.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I expected a story of like an accident or a pet just chewing her up and not just wear and tear. Bit disappointing. Not gonna lie.
Listen,
I had expectations here, but
I almost stole it from my friend. I won't lie. I almost fully stole her doll.
they were pretty close to ball jointed dolls, as close as you can come for cheapish mass production. That's how I know the Monster High dolls, is because they're like an absolute favorite for doll customizer.
Yes,
saying that as a person who has a doll here, that was a Monster High doll once. I think it was the Flame guy that got reused. And it's now a VTuber. Things happened. But that's how I know them. As in, they are really, really beloved by doll customizers, which people who make custom dolls are a different kind of madness.
Oh, it's incredibly impressive every single time.
Yes. I'm still hung up on the thought of, were Twilight your actual first the first vampire story you interacted with?
Okay, no. Twilight wasn't the first one. I had watched movies growing up when I was little, like My Little Vampire, or like kids vampire movies, like Halloween movies. But Twilight was my first introduction to adult vampires and what that looked like.
My condolences.
Yeah.
Because my first introduction was, I think, the 92 adaptation of Dracula. So I just have to, because that's my thing with Monster High. I love Monster High. I love the concept. I love that we get weirdness in mainstream dolls.
Mm-hmm.
One fact is that I was already an adult when they came out, when they started. You said 2010 and I died a bit inside. Because what do you mean? I was, okay, I'll take it. But I think that, and because I read way too much horror literature as an unsupervised teenager, it was all a bit too mellow and campy for me.
Yeah,
oh, yes,
that's fair.
I am indeed Treppy. So it's interesting that it's probably helps if one got introduced as a kid to like a more harmless vampire version, and then to get into that I think makes more sense, at least to my brain. Who knows if that
Yeah.
Oh god, I have. By the way, you said movies. Was there also a TV show, or am I tripping?
Yeah, so there was the TV movies that they put on Nickelodeon, and then they had a web series. They sometimes played the web series on Nickelodeon, but that was basically the TV show. It was it was like little comic style, kind of like little shorts of episodes and stuff like that.
Because I remember seeing episodes of something on TV, and I was like, wait a that makes sense if they use the web series. Okay. So
yes,
my memory is not completely failing me. That's good.
No. Not that old yet.
Okay, I have two lore questions actually, and one is actually the monster-human relationship. What does that look like?
Yes. So it is very strained, as you can imagine. It's a plot line in multiple of the movies and in some of the books as well, where because like the whole thing with humans chasing monsters with pitchforks and torches. So they are called normies in the monster world. Humans are called normies. And whenever a normie high school and a monster high school cross paths, it's always like a beef, like a huge beef, and they're always fighting and arguing, and low-key racial slurs being thrown around by the normies.
The usual, you know how it is, people.
Yeah. But there's a lot of plot lines of the girls, the main crew, trying to sort of be like, hey, we can all be friends. Like, it doesn't matter that we're different. It just matters that, we like each other and we're all friends and we can all love each other, and it's all rainbows and sunshine. So it's strained generally, but there is a whole like movie about it. And they did make a whole movie about it. And basically like, I think Frankie, also, can we talk about the fact that Frankie had so many boyfriends? So many love interests. Frankie, I think, was the #1 person in the show that had the most amount of love interest.
How old-ish? They're supposed to be high schoolers, right?
Yes, so most of them are 16 years old.
Or 1600,
Right. Depends on like the age of like the monster race, it's a whole.
Okay, but humans know very openly that monsters exist, because that was the core of my question, because in a lot of those situations humans don't know, or it's just like an urban legend. And now the question is, was there ever, and if not, would you like a storyline where a human actually goes to Monster High, like an exchange program thingy?
Yes. So there's several things I could say about that. That would be really cool if they have like a whole plot line. I know that was sort of a plot line of one of the books, where the book was in the perspective of a human girl who met Frankenstein and all of like the main girls, and was like, you know what, I'm so sick of like the hatred between humans and monsters, like we need to come together and make us, you know, hang out all together and all be friends and stuff like that. And that was one of the plot lines of one of the books. I didn't read it because I really barely read any of the books. There actually is a student in that goes to Monster High called, well, it's Holt Hyde and Jackson Jekyll. Okay.
Oh,
it's the son of Mr. and Mrs. Hyde, also another one of Frankie's love interests, both of them. It's the same person, but, you know, two alternate personalities. So Jackson is the nerdy, he wears glasses, he has like frosted tips and black hair, very emo boy, very nerdy emo boy. He is actually human, fully human. And so, but he goes to Monster High because he has an alter ego called Hyde. Holt Hyde. And Holt Hyde is like a musician, DJ, and he's blue, and he has like red kind of fiery hair. So, yeah, and he's very like Jackson is very timid and like low key and shy, and Holt is very boisterous and outgoing and extroverted.
So the nerd's alter ego is a SoundCloud rapper. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, that is
absolutely,
that is horrible. Okay, I need to jump on the Jekyll and Hyde train a bit. Hey guys, did you know that Jekyll and Hyde were never like two separate monster? That was not like, oh, shifting persons. Also, Jekyll was also a fucking bad person who was only mad about what Hyde did when it came back to him. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, man. Oh my, that's okay. I will put that together, because Haas's question also ties in something I want to know. Was Frankie constructed like her father's creation or born? Because you said Dr. Victor Frankenstein's kid, and my brain shortcutted for a second, because I was like, huh? Then why does she look like it? So what's the deal?
So yes, she was constructed. She was made in a lab, just like Frankenstein, the monster Frankenstein was. But so it's sort of that thing of like, instead of Frankenstein monster being her father, it's the scientist is her father, because he constructed her because he wanted to have a daughter.
So the OG, does the OG monster exist? Does Frankie have a big brother?
I actually have no idea. I don't think he exists in that universe. I think Frankie is the only like Frankenstein's monster that exists in that universe. And that's why, like, in the very first movie that came out, New Ghoul at School, there's a line in the very beginning where she's like, I'm 16 days old, because she was just constructed 16 days ago. So she's technically 16.
Hey guys, did you know that Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was the first science fiction novel? Just saying.
Really?
Yes. Considered, since science fiction always centers, well, fictional science, and the consequences of that new science or the new procedure is like the core of the story. So yes, by all definitions, is Frankenstein the first sci-fi novel written by a woman? Just fucking saying.
Wow.
Frankie being put together from multiple body explains why she had so much love to give. God.
Yeah. Truly. Several romantic partners and romantic interest in each of the movies. There was always one for Frankie specifically.
Which is interesting in the whole context of make them please less skimpy. Make them can we tone that all down a bit? And then Frankie just dates everyone.
Yeah.
Interesting balancing here.
Very, very interesting. It was, well, because, like, you know, I guess they were trying to go for, like, the new girl at school. Like, she's just trying to feel her out. Because, like, everybody else has a boyfriend in the group, except for Claudine, which we can talk about that in a second. But, everybody else except for Claudine basically has a partner, so she was like one of the only people that wasn't dating anybody, and so it was always like, you know, she's the new girl until she wasn't the new girl anymore. But she was like, you know, we gotta explore her love interest because she's so relatable and, like, you know, she's the main character and whatever. So yeah, every movie she had a love interest.
Mary Shelley did so many things very well, including people on the cemetery. I feel like I need to explain that one. Allegedly, Mary Shelley lost her virginity on the grave of her mother. Allegedly. Yeah.
I'm crying.
And her mother was actually an incredible badass feminist who wrote like essays about equality and all. That whole line is incredibly insane.
Truly, none of those words are in the Bible.
No, absolutely not. But hey, have that for trivia night.
Oh god.
I was really excited for this episode because I'm a big fan of classic horror monsters, like in general. Because classic horror monsters are so interesting from a sociological perspective, from an historical perspective. I think we already had that discussion for horror movies, because I said horror movies are one of the most interesting thing to analyze in context of zeitgeist, because it always reflects what we got into. Question is, did Monster High ever make you actually look into the references?
Yes and no. I'd say it made me more interested in classic horror, and it made me more interested in that sort of thing because it like opened up that realm for me of like, it's technically not horror, but it is monsters, and it is about, you know, these very popular monsters. So as a child, I was terrified of horror movies and like anything to do with horror. I really forced myself to try to like it, like in the sense of like, I mean, I did like it, but I would just be so terrified after watching any of that it would be too much. So I did not. I think I was too young to really fully look into the background of it, and then by the time I was old enough to be like actually interested in it, I had kind of grown out of that phase of my life. So I did not, but it did open up a world to me. It did open up the world of like loving vampires and loving monsters, and, you know, and also loving fashion. Also, that was a big one. It opened a world for like dressing up, you know.
How many browser dress up games did you play as a kid?
Oh, so many. I was on Girls Go Games every fucking day.
Oh, that's such a
every day at 12 p.m. during the summer. I'm booting up the family computer and I'm going to Girl Goes Games and I'm playing every dress up game known to man.
Yeah, that is legit. Also, I miss browser game sites. I miss good browser game sites. Give them back.
God, yes.
That shit slapped. That was easily accessible. It was not completely drowned in ads. It was a good time. Almost the high girlies are now fashionistas. I need a survey on that. I need a survey of people posting their outfits and then telling me if they liked Monster High, and also what their favorite Monster High character was, because I think that's telling.
Oh, absolutely.
That being said, you said Draculaura's in your top 5. What is your top 5?
Okay, so. Ooh, okay. Okay, let me.
That was adorable. Holy shit. um,
okay.
Oh wait,
so,
wait. Let me actually put up your share again. That's probably easier, so people have a reference,
a visual.
a visual. Oh, that one. Yeah, cool. There we go.
Okay, so it's hard to say which one is my number one.
No. Decide who's your favorite child.
I think ultimately I really love Draculaura because she was the one who introduced me to it, and she's just so adorable and so fun-loving. So I'd say Draculaura is probably my number one. I think number two would be Ghoulia, which is her right here. Can I say nonverbal autistic representation like we have never seen before?
I have representation as a talking point. Then let's get into it, because I knew that Gen 3 was existing because people talked about like what they added, what they changed, and especially about representation. So is it a new Gen 3 thing that they added, or was that always like in that and they just made it more clear?
Yeah, so the representation was a more Gen 3 thing. Before, it was a lot of like, oh, these are so-and-so coded characters. There was a character in Gen 2 who was in a wheelchair, and that was representation. But other
Wait,
than that,
was it the mermaid? Or do I
So he was a part of the Fusion movie. So he was part unicorn, part mermaid, I think, or something like that.
Oh,
so
I remember that. Why do I know that?
A mermaid tail and
Marsh, I feel that's your fault. Why do I know that?
Yeah, and so he was in a wheelchair. A lot of the G1 and G2 genuine attempts at diversity or representation were in bad faith, I will say. Well, not like bad faith, but moreover, they were very distasteful in the end. We can get into that as well if you would like.
Oh, yes, please. G3... Let's go there.
Okay, so let me actually find an image of this character. I don't remember what she's called. Monster High offensive. Offensive.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yes, so here she is. So they made a character.
Wait, did you send it?
Hold on, I'm still getting the image. Let me get her official art, because that might be...
What's the name that I can just...
I'll put it in here. Her name was Izzy Dawnstar.
That is... Well, that is a very... Okay.
Yes. So that's her right there. She is supposed to be an indigenous-based...
oh god, yeah, let me
character.
wait. Give me a sec. Let me actually... Oh god, she's so small. Not wanted to... Yeah, okay, you get just be pixelized. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was their very poor attempt at trying to be indigenous representation. It did not go well, let's just say that. A lot of indigenous fans were like, this is actually kind of offensive. And yeah, so that was one of them. It was, you know, a misappropriation and stereotyping of it all. And,
yeah,
you know, they used, her name is technically a Choctaw word for deer, and there was no actual, like, information on whether they actually consulted the Choctaw people about this.
Oh, probably not. Let's be honest here for a damn second. No, yeah, they didn't.
No, absolutely not. And then there was her backstory. which says that she's from Boo Hexico, which is New Mexico. And uses elements that conflate southeast and southwest native traditions. So they basically just mixed a bunch of indigenous traditions together.
Yep.
And said, okay, this is one indigenous person.
Yeah, of course. What else?
So, yeah. So that was their poor attempt back then to do it. And so now we have today where they're doing more, you know, disability representation, sexuality representation, and things like that.
Which is also just the safer choice. No,
yes.
Like not to say one is more important than the other, both is important, but it's just easier to do that because it's not tied to a person's ethnicity, culture, whatever, because that happens Guys, you already have monsters, you can keep them neutral-ish, please.
Yeah. Like, if you're gonna, like, especially because it's like monsters, like, if you're gonna make racial, like, diversities in your characters and they're already monsters, you need to be very careful about how you go about it.
I mean, let's be honest. Cleo is already on fucking thin ice.
Yes, especially considering how pale she is in the first 2 generations. Yes, that is already pushing it very hard.
Also, wait, did Cleo have a sister?
Yes, she had a sister.
She has
called
an older
Nephra.
sister. Yeah, I remember shit. I don't know why, but I remember storyline where she's like always compared to her older sister, and that was a whole drama.
Yes.
The random memories just popping up of. Wait a second. I know that. I know. Oh my god.
Yes. Nephra was always so cunty, but she was also kind of a bitch to her sister. But you know, that, alas, that is the storyline.
Yeah. So yeah. So I think also. Okay. No. Do I wanna? Let's open up Pandora's box here for a second. Because what can go wrong? Because I think I saw the we have representation, of course, also in the context of Monster High got woke.
Yeah.
Are we so for real, guys? It's monsters. That is.
Yeah.
If you put outsiders from human society in the core of your story, it's getting woke, people. This is how this works.
Yeah.
No, because it also fits in the changes they made for Gen 3, because you said they came out 2020?
Yes, so Gen 3 premiered in 2020. It was just these main 4, the main 5 at first, I think, and then eventually they started releasing everybody else.
Yeah, wanna talk about the rise of conservatism in media and fandom for a second?
Yes, let's get into it.
Because
yes,
I mean, hopefully you guys are all aware enough and mindful enough of your surroundings that we all know that, especially since 2020 and pandemic circumstances, we have a rise of conservatism overall. This is why we get shit like Treadwife aesthetic back, which is like planted bullshit of, hey, we're getting very old, horrible values back. The thing is, that happened in fandom in 2 ways. Overall, the push to creatives to pander more to like child-friendly shit overall, which is fucking funny in some fandoms that are definitely not meant for children. But also a lot of people who never have been in fandom had suddenly, with lockdown, the time to go into fandom and pushed an agenda where they could just shut the fuck up, and they still can shut the fuck up. You don't like it, just go the fuck away. How bad was the push? Because I'm looking at the outfits and the design, and the thing is they always looked pretty. They were always meant to be pretty and not to be monsters, which is fair. It's a children's toy. They can be pretty. Yeah. And they still look very pretty. And sorry, did the skirts get shorter again now that I'm looking at it?
I think a little bit in some ways. I mean, I think now they're sort of kind of more like, because I think for a while in the beginning when, you know, when they got into hot water for these ones about the skirts being too short, it was like, why are you sexualizing teenagers? And now it's like, why are you as the viewer sexualizing them wearing a short skirt?
Yeah, also, have you ever seen a 16-year-old girl in her I'm an adult face?
Yeah, literally.
I'm sorry.
Literally.
It is kitten heel shoes she can walk in. It's makeup that makes her look 10 years older, but in the bad way. It's clothes that is definitely not made for a 16-year-old because there is no good representation for that age group.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have children and you have adults. And they fit into neither. What are they supposed to do? So I honestly think short skirts are a thing, and I would like to see more pants. In Barbies, and in Bratz dolls, and in Monster High. Get pants, people. Pants exist.
Yeah. Exactly.
But in all honesty, they look fine to me. But yeah, now the question is, what, as someone who actually, you know, has dealt with it and looked into it, what are some changes, like explicitity, where you're like, what the fuck is this? Why did they do it?
Yes. Okay, so one of the first ones is, I would say they made Frankie 10 times more annoying than she was. Okay. Now, I'm going to get into something and it's going to sound problematic for a second, but I need you to stick with me, okay?
Sure.
So in this new G3, they are non-binary and they use they them pronouns, okay? And they are also
something?
Yes. And so they, for some ungodly, unknown fucking reason, as usual, made the live action version, right, of, and I think there's a TV show for it, the live action version, or like there's movies for sure. And so there is this scene that blew up on Twitter. I'm sure you've probably seen it, or someone in chat has seen it, of like Frankie introducing herself to the class, and it's like, hi, Frankie Stein, pronouns, they, them, like it's really, they made her so much more annoying, and so like it's so virtue signally. It's just like unnecessary, completely unnecessary. The whole aspect of having a trans character is making it normal that they're trans. If you want representation, don't sit here and be like, oh, I'm gonna make this like, I'm gonna do this whole like woke Twitter blah 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 blah. Like, yes, be woke, but don't virtue signal. Like, actually be like, hey, this is just now respected that they use they them pronouns. And, you know, there can be a whole arc of them correcting people about it or whatever, but like sitting here making her overtly like a stereotype is so annoying.
Which, now that I think about it, making Frankie non-binary makes so much sense considering she was made, aka she's made out of different people's body parts. So what the fuck is a gender and an identity? So making her non-binary, makes so much sense and is such a good way to use that. Also, that's the thing. Okay, introducing and also being like, hey, by the way, that's my name, that's my pronouns. Good. Do they ever do anything with that anymore? Or
no, it was just a little clip at the beginning of her introducing herself to the class, and then, you know, and then of course like it blew up on Twitter because it was so obnoxious and like very like, you know, like how like the conservatives view non-binary people, like the whole like pronoun bullshit, which is fine, but it's just the thing of like, Yes, they can be non-binary, and that's honestly makes a lot of sense. And they also have a visible disability. These are all good things that should happen. However, you can't just rewrite her entire personality to fit whatever woke agenda bullshit that you're trying to feed into and virtue signal for your viewers because you want to attract all the queer people because you know that all your fans are queer. It's the thing of like, there was so many better ways that they could have done it. They executed it so poorly, and it does make a lot of sense, but it just feels a little too performative, just a little bit too performative.
I mean, I think they went downhill when the words live action were said by anyone.
Yes.
Because why the fuck would you? I actually looked at it and I looked at a few clips like now on the side, and it looks like bad Halloween costumes. It's not even good costume or
yeah, it's so bad.
SFX design.
It's so bad.
I'm not surprised.
They look awful. They look awful.
Yes.
And so, but I still love Frankie, and I still love that because a lot of people in the fandom had canon Frankie as like either a trans person, like a trans woman, or a non-binary trans person. So I love it, and I think it's great. Mm-hmm. It's just also they completely screwed over her personality because they wanted to push this very performative narrative. Another aspect, as Trappy actually mentioned, is that the new generation, they fucked up the essence of the fashion. So like, they're cute, but instead of being like, you know, cunty, fashionista, alternative emo goth scene, now they're like preppy pop star, 2020 alternative. And, you know, it's cute, but it's not anything like what it used to be. And in a lot of ways, it is worse because it just doesn't hit the same, you know? It doesn't hit like it used to. Like, look at how fucking cunty. Look at, she's wearing literally Frankie is wearing a polka dot tie with a skull at the end of it. Are you kidding me right now? Look at those cunty ass heels.
Half the chat who's old enough owned that one.
Yeah, literally.
I did too.
Frankie being created fits with the popular headcanon of Victor being gay. Absolutely. Like, truly amazing queer representation they could have had, and instead they kind of just fucked it up. Yes, so that was another thing, like the fashionista aspect. It's like, you remember your roots, remember what you were taking inspiration from. You were taking inspiration from skater boys, goth kids, you know, emo kids, scene kids, the alternative scene. This is what you were originating from, and they completely abandoned it for whatever the fuck this is.
Especially since they could have done both. They could have had like the originals stay in the more, hey, early 2000s Avril Lavigne skater boy aesthetic, and then give like a more softer or like use different styles for the side characters or for the new characters or wherever it would fit, and then you have both.
Yeah, they absolutely could have, and they completely dropped the ball. Another big thing too, which is it is actually a little bit more what is the word I'm looking for? A little bit more complicated than what a lot of people are saying about Claudine's new design. So I actually do like Claudine's new design. I think it's really cute. The one thing is that as along with what Trappy said, like, they don't have the same like cunty bitchy, like I'm that bitch personality anymore. So Claudine was very much so like, and obviously this can go into stereotyping because she is a very clearly black character, right? She is a black girl, and you know all the stereotypes that come along with that, about being, you know, the sassy one and the aggressive one, the mean one, or like, you know, all that stuff like that. And it did feed into that in the original designs or in the original, you know, iterations of Claudine. But they still completely took away her personality of being this this sort of fashionista, this very confident fashionista. Now she's like a preppy nerd in the new iteration, and it's just like, that is not the Claudine that I connected with or remember at all from the past. And this has nothing to do with the way she's designed. I actually love that they gave her edges and they gave her curlier hair and stuff like that. I love it. However, they could have done so much better with how they presented her, instead of, you know, and like taking notes from how they maybe fed into the stereotypes of the past and being like, okay, how about we listen to our Black fans actually and make Claudine more fitting, well, but also without having to completely turn her on her head.
The more I think about it, making the black girl the werewolf on its own.
Yeah.
Poor people.
Yes.
Did we really do that? Because that would have been a whole nice discussion of since historically Black women are always seen as dehumanized, as too masculine in context of the weak little fragile white women.
Yes.
Her actually having to deal with that and being seen as aggressive but not being, that would have been a plot line and a half, people. That would have been represent. Also, by the way, I hate that it's Claudine and Claude. What the fuck? Who named? Do you hate your kids so much that you do that?
It's Claudine, Howleen, and Claudia. That's all the 4 werewolf siblings.
Claude, that is...
Yeah.
They really hate their kids. That's the...
Yes, literally.
I mean, I knew a couple of siblings called Paul and Paula, and I was already like, your mom hates you. Can that be? That's horrendous. My God. Are they? I mean, they all have punny names. And I think, honestly, I think the older names are more creative, and then they just kind of lost their plot on some. But hey, that's just me. Are they the only family who's that horrendous with names?
No. So, like, here, I have a list of honorable mention characters.
Oh, no. Fuck. Why did I ask?
So there's this Claude, there's Howleen, there's Nefara, and then there's Spectra Vondergeist, which is a ghost girl. There is Gillington Weber, which is the son of the river monster and Laguna's boyfriend. There's Heath Burns, which is the fire elemental and Abby's love interest. There's the Whole Tide and Jackson Jekyll. There's Meowlity and Persephone, which are twin sister werecats.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I'm also still stuck on the random German, because there's a random German name in there. I'll take it.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
There's your representation, Pookie.
Yay! I got the ghost. Woo! I'm looking her up. Okay, I need to.
She's actually one of my favorites. I think she's like my 3rd favorite. I love Spectra. She's so pretty. I love her doll so much. And then there's Toralei, which is another werecat. And so Meowlity, Persephone, and Toralei are like the mean girls of the school. They're mean girls. And then there's Operetta. I'll give you 2 guesses as to who Operetta is. Who is she the daughter of?
No! They pulled the Phantom into...
Yes. So Operetta is the daughter of the Phantom of the Opera.
Hey, that's the better story than the actual canonical sequel of Phantom of the Opera, so I'll fucking take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Yeah, can we hate on Love Never Dies for a second and the stupidity that is this?
Yeah.
Okay, if you didn't know that, guys, The Phantom of the Opera, the very, very famous musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber, got a sequel by Andrew Lloyd Webber called Love Never Dies, and it is 10 years after Raoul became a gambling addict and just threw away all their money, you know, the rich guy. Then they had to go to America to Coney Island. Is that what it's called? For Christine to have like a big gig on this carnival thingy that, spoilers, owned by the Phantom. So spoiler, he survived. Didgeridoo helped him, and it's all horrific. And now comes the big spoiler. I'll give you a warning now. Mute me for 10 seconds if you don't want to hear it. But it's bullshit, so deal with it. The Christine and Raoul come with their son, yada yada yada, very musically inclined kid. And throughout the story, they found out, like it comes out I think in the first act already, it's hinted at, that this little child is the Phantom's kid because Christine, for some godforsaken reason, went back beneath the opera to find him, fuck the Phantom. It was actually like before her wedding. Then Phantom left and she got back to Raoul. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? The decade older guy who groomed her and threatened her and kidnapped her.
Yeah.
Andrew,
really
are you okay? Do we want to... Should we talk about that? So, because honestly, Love Never Dies has a few of my favorite songs, like The Beauty Underneath and Devil Takes the Hindmost. Banger songs. I love them. Out of context, because I do not care about anything. Yeah. Oh god, now I need to look at operetta, because that feels like the better option of absolutely anything.
Oh yeah, operetta is awesome. She has a really cool design as well. She's also Southern for some reason. She's like a Southern belle.
Yeah, I saw the hair and was like, what in the pageant? Because she has this long red hair and it's like made into a bow. On her head.
She's very like Southern belle, like rock, like punk Southern rock star kind of.
But I love the I love the heel. That's a fuck. What's the English? Oh god, I can't English today.
Oh fuck, I can't remember it either. Jesus Christ.
Because it's a very different word in German. It's a clef. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. That I like that, but yeah. Also, yeah. Why does she look Southern? Why does she have dice as her earrings? God, I have
Yeah, and she lives in the basement of Monster High, and she plays the organ.
Sure,
that's her thing.
Sure.
Yeah. There's also Slow
she's
Man
a country
Mortovich.
diva. I know her father's disappointed in her.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm crying. She should have been an opera singer that scares people. I mean, she is kind of an opera singer, but it's moreover, she doesn't sound very good. I think that was her bit. I think that was her like arc, was that her opera singing, like she has a very powerful voice, but I don't know if it was any good. I don't remember actually. Maybe it was. I don't remember.
I mean, she's a country singer, so that's a solid 50-50 on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, not everyone's Dolly Parton, people. It's unfortunately it is what it is. Yeah, continue. Come, more stupid punny names. I also hate all the city.
Yeah, there's Sloman Mortovich, which is a zombie boy. They call him Slow-Mo. That's his nickname. And
That's
he's
a bit
Ghoulia's
funny.
boyfriend. Yeah. And then there's Venus McFlytrap, who is a flytrap monster.
Flytrap. That's where they had nothing left in the writer's room. That's where Venus. Okay, Venus Mac. That's now it's a name. Now she's Scottish for some stupid. What are we? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's insane. And there's also like Scara Screams, who is just I don't even know exactly, but she's a very well loved side character, like background character. And she has a really cool design. Hold on, let me find a picture of her.
I love that Venus has a side cut. I love that.
Yes, I love Venus. Venus is like my 5th favorite Monster High character, I'd say.
No disrespect towards... I would never disrespect Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton has my full respect as a musician, as a singer, as a songwriter, as a philanthropist. I mean, she's the reason why we have one of the COVID vaccines. The reason why this woman is not a billionaire is because she donates too much.
Yeah. And we love her for it, truly.
I would never disrespect her in any way.
Real. But yeah, this is Scara Screams. She's a very popular background character. She's like, I think she's featured sometimes in some of the movies as actually speaking, but she blew up from being on the background and just being really cunty and cute. But yes, those are most of the, there's more that are worse, but there are many punny names.
I love that Scara has this very 60s like design.
Yeah, very 60s.
Also, she's a banshee, because I was like, what the fuck are you? She's a banshee. That makes sense. God.
Yeah.
From like your knowledge about classic monsters, because I think I should never actually watch Monster High because I would get an aneurysm. But what is like adaptation of monsters, or like the monster type that you actually think was very well done, and which ones are like horrendous, like theme wise?
Yeah. Let's see. I would say, honestly, Twyla, which is her right here, she's actually younger than all the main girls. She's a sophomore. The other girls are all juniors.
Please remind me again what the weird names for classes are, because I will never remember what the order is.
Yeah, so there's freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. Freshman is 14, sophomore is 15, junior is 16, and then senior is 17. Okay. Typically. Sometimes older, obviously, depending on birthdays and such, because whenever you have a late birthday, you start school a year later or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So there is, I'm trying to remember her last name. There is Twyla. Twyla Monster High, not Missouri. Hold on. What is her full name? Twyla Boogeyman. So she is the daughter of the Boogeyman.
Wow, damn.
Yeah. And she's a freshman. Sorry, she's a freshman student. And she's actually best friends with Claudine's little sister Howleen. But her design is actually really cool, and her powers are really cool. Like, I'm pretty sure she can phase through walls. And, you know, she has a very smoky, like, aura about her. And I think they honestly did her really well. I think it's very obvious that they would put the Boogeyman in, like, as a featured monster daughter. Yeah. But, you know, she's still really cute, and I really like her. I've always really liked her concept and things like that. I think she's really cool. Let me think of some other ones. I think, let me see.
I like that they made Draculaura actually Eastern European and gave her an accent. Banger.
Yes.
Which is absolutely fucking funny, because ask a Romanian about Dracula and they will start laughing. because that's completely the imagination of that Irish guy called Bram Stoker, who connected that. That's not actually Romanian folklore, but I kind of like it that they gave it the nod of, hey, we actually give her an accent. I just love when they actually give characters an accent.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and you know what? And we could talk about representation with that as well. Because if you add that as representation, accents, dialects, things like that, that is how you represent a race or an ethnicity.
Yeah.
Not throwing antlers and throwing together multiple indigenous communities together to make a strange deer monster. But yes, I do love that about her also. She's so adorable. If they didn't remove the soul of Monster High, it would still be dominating us all. So true. They had to ruin it because otherwise we would not be able to be human beings in this world.
But also, would it still be a thing with considering how loud and horrendous conservative parents are?
Yeah, that is the thing. I think that's ultimately what led to what G3 is right now, is the rise of conservatism. And like that thing that I said where a lot of parents are like, they're too scary. It's too scary for my kids. That was a leading factor as to the redesign in G3. And considering the way that the world is going, there was no other branch that it truly could have taken, unless we were in a completely different universe that wasn't so conservative, or didn't have a rise of conservatism. Yep. But yeah, it's bad. I will say, I think I love Abby also. Abby is like my third, what is it? My fourth placed favorite Monster High character. Abby Abominable, the daughter of the Yeti. She is so fun. They tried to make her, she's not Russian. I think she's Slovakian in some way.
Which is interesting for the Yeti.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that.
I don't even know where the Yeti is, or versions of the Yeti are actually...
I think it's more like Western European, like northern Western European. No. I want to say maybe, I don't know.
No, Himalaya actually.
Himalayans, okay. So yeah, she's supposed to be Himalayan.
So completely different direction actually. Because I was like, we don't have that. Norway has trolls. I have no idea about the other Scandinavians or like northerns. We don't have that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But okay, I sent you her original design from G1. That is what she looked like initially when she first came out. I truly love her design. I think it's very cunty. I think it's very cute. I love her leg warmers.
They look bottomized her so bad. Okay, guys, give me a second to pull her up. Come on. Oh god, why are you so big? Jesus Christ. Get smaller. Okay. Let me just put her next to her. There we go. Yeah, what happened?
Yeah. They completely lobotomized her and just made her a not even Y2K, just like a fucking, I don't even know, like an Instagram influencer. I don't know what they did.
I love the pants. I love that the pants look like snowflake holographic. I love that.
Yeah.
What happened?
That is very cute.
What happened?
Yeah, no, nothing will ever beat her original design. That headband absolutely ate the fluffy headband. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Like, it truly was one of my favorite designs, and I still love it to death. I was so sad that I could never get her original doll because I really wanted that outfit for her. I have her like her pajama doll, I think. But yeah, no, I love, and also her dolls, her skin is like sparkly, like there's glitter in her dolls, on her doll's skin. It's glittery and textured.
That's fancy.
It's very cool.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I love her to death.
I mean, I like that the Gen 3 dolls look younger. Because the others look like 20-somethings, let's be honest here for a second. I like that the faces are rounded and that they actually look more like teens.
Yes.
But
that is a good thing.
Also, some of them look just not as stick thin, right? Or is that the clothes?
Yes.
Or are they actually have better proportions?
Yes, so that actually gets into because we're talking about the things I don't like, and there is still some things I want to talk about from G3 that I don't like. But so one of the good things, as well as like the disability, like with Frankie's leg here, and some of the other disabilities that they showcase, and queerness, they have body types now. So
Heyo.
In the old dolls, you can see there was no variation in body type. It was male dolls, girl dolls, like all the girl dolls look the same. They're all very stick thin and, you know, all the same shape. However, now there's actually variation in body types. So Draculaura has a full figure. Cleo has a little bit of a more medium-sized figure. You know, Laguna's more petite. And so is Ghoulia, and you know, Abby is way taller and has a more medium, like mid-sized figure. They actually brought some variation, which I do love. I do love that they made, you know, Draculaura plus sized. Kind of crazy that they made Draculaura the only vegan girl plus size.
Yeah, I'm like, why the vampire? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I don't know. Why not Claudine, who should have like a more muscular or fuller physique because of being a werewolf.
Yeah.
Why?
Honestly, but I do think fat vampires is a revenue that we need to go down.
Yes.
Personally, as a chubby person, I do love that idea. I do think it is a very interesting choice to make the vegan vampire the chubby one. But but I'm not complaining. Listen, I still love it. I think it's very cute. And I do love that they actually have variation in the doll sizes now. That is it's very good. It's good for the kids.
Yes.
You know, so they don't have to think that they all have to be one specific shape and size.
Yeah.
In that same vein, though, I will say that, well, not in that same vein necessarily, but in more complaints about the G3 stuff, you might have heard when I was introducing G3 Laguna that they made her South American when she was previously Australian. So, and they made her pink. So here's the thing, right?
Yeah, why does she have a healthy looking skin color? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
What happened?
They completely changed her entire personality because her personality in G1 and G3 Laguna is a Australian swimmer, like very athletic, very down to earth, very Australian. That's her whole personality. And now she's South American and pink and like girly preppy. I think she might be Mean Girl. I don't actually know for sure, but they completely changed it in the name of diversity and inclusion. And so here's the thing. I feel like I'm not necessarily South American, but I am Mexican American. I'm first generation, so I feel like I can give some way on this topic specifically. Make a new character.
Yeah, that was my thought. Just add a new character. What are we talking about?
Just make a new character. You completely rerouted and undid everything from this original character and just formed her into an amalgamation of something else, just to suit your performative ass needs. No, just make a new character.
Especially
Just
since
make a new
you can
character.
still have two like fish water inspired creatures and give or like, hey, keep Australian, make her a bit more coral themed, because Mariana Trench and all that stuff. There are options.
And don't make her fucking pink. We already have Draculaura. That's our pink character, okay? We already had Draculaura. We didn't need another one.
Also, when I think of South American from my very white European point of view, I do not think pink and preppy.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there is a demographic of, like, Hispanic and Latina women that are obviously preppy. Like, we're not a monolith. Obviously, no,
of course.
No race is a monolith. But, like, it's the aspect of, like, and they also gave her a South American accent, which is fine.
What is a South American accent? Vaguely Spanish?
Yeah, I don't actually... Yes, vaguely Spanish. I don't know if she actually has a specific ethnicity that they give you in the G3. Let me look it up. Hold on.
Because even I can hear it different in different nations speaking Spanish in South America, that it sounds differently. I can't pinpoint who's who, but even I hear an immense difference between, like, I don't know, Mexicans and Cubans or whatever. I know they're speaking differently. I know that there's dialects, so...
Oh, okay, so I just found something. So Laguna Blue was born to Brazilian Blue Lagoon father and Greek sea nymph mother. And I'm also reading from this Reddit right here that she uses a lot, that they made her with a lot of Latina stereotypes. So
wait, so she should speak Portuguese but has a vaguely Spanish accent? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. So she has a song where she's saying how she's sweet and spicy and she loves telenovelas and this and this and that. And so they made her a stereotype. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, especially in child media, you have to stick to a certain level of stereotype to make it easier for kids to be like, oh, I know that.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, Brazilian, but just made her like Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, even I know that. Even I know that in Brazil people speak Portuguese. I also know why that is actually why I know why Brazil went to Portugal and the rest to Spain, which is a whole other historical tidbit.
Right.
They almost fucked all the Greek monsters. When are they not? When are they not?
They always do.
Like, I think I've never seen one good adaptation of a Greek monster where I was like, oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, little Gorgon boy. Can he put people to stone?
Yes, he can. He can turn people to stone. In his original iterations, he is wearing sunglasses to stop him from doing so. But in the G3, he does not have sunglasses.
Oh, so he just doesn't do that anymore, or what?
I have no idea. I think there was some discourse about that. I think he can control it, maybe. Which doesn't really fit in line with the story of Medusa, but alas.
They have Cupid as Greek. Yeah, I mean, Cupid is Roman, Eros is Greek. I mean, the Greco-Roman mythology mishmash that exists is also a whole different topic. But can they stop using Medusa altogether? That's my thing, by the way. I think we can stop this, especially since everyone still believes in her Roman origin story and not what she actually is. And she's always been a Gorgon. She's never been a human. What are we talking about? Why make the most powerful female monster male? The thing is, I understand the point, but I think it doesn't work here because all the girls are based on male monsters. So I understand the gender switch of making like one of the most notable female monsters a guy. They just stop being like coherent with it because a male Banshee would have fucked.
Oh, absolutely. That would have killed. I think it's also really interesting that they made him green in the new iteration, his skin green, when he was initially just flesh colored, because Medusa was, the human, the human idea of Medusa being partially human before becoming a Gorgon. But now he's just green.
But I like that. I like that. I also like the snake side cut. That's actually a banger design change.
His mohawk was always a little interesting.
Yeah. But that's also the thing. I think they're still all very stylish, but we also have to look at early 2000s fashion because give him his sunglasses back. That's also that confuses me. I mean, you could have given him a whole arc of him learning to not be a danger to the others,
right?
But give him back. What happened? It's a huge kind of plot hole, honestly, because that was his whole thing for a lot of the web series in the original G1 and G2 was that he would turn people to stone, and they would turn back. Is the thing is after a certain amount of time they would turn back into out of stone, and it was a whole plot point thing. But now I think they just completely abandoned it. Is there also a characterization difference between the male and the female characters, as in were the OG male characters just decoration?
Yes, I feel like a lot of the male characters existed mostly as romantic interest and/or boyfriends for the main girls.
It's legit completely fair.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yes.
I just realized that I actually still passively know things about the girls. I barely remember any of the guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very wings.
There are very few episodes or anything really based around the male characters. It was all really about the girls, which, hey, I'm not complaining.
No, but that also would have been an interesting change with Gen 3 to open up like that story and have relatable characters for boys.
Yes, absolutely.
Because honestly, what do you mean you can give like a young boy a fucking werewolf guy? That would be cool. Werewolf jock feels like something that feels like something young boys can actually identify with very easily.
Oh, absolutely. And Deuce is the whole bad boy punk guy. I feel like that's Skater Boy in the making. That's right there.
Also, with him actually being a threat to others, his whole distant, aloof thing, you could have made a whole dip into, he does that because he wants to keep his distance, because he's afraid, because he doesn't want to hurt people. The options are endless, people, to make good storylines. Hey guys, take notes, please. All the ideas here are for free. They make better content. Tag me, please, so I can watch it. Talking about Wings, have you ever seen Wings? Or is that a my generation thing?
I was a little bit too young for it when it was in its prime. I was a little bit too young for it. I got some of it. I did like it. But I didn't really watch the show or the movies as much as some other of my friends or like older girls.
Because Wings also, the OG was really, really good. And then every reboot got just worse and worse and worse. Because they actually had like variety. The girls also, the boys existed and just became relevant later. Also, Wings has the only. Is it the only? Let me. It's the only mainstream media I know that has a character who has the same name as me. The only one.
Wow.
Yeah, Flora's boyfriend, which is kind of funny that, the Earth-coded girl has a boyfriend with the Sun-coded name. I just like that. That's just cool.
That is pretty cool.
Talking about other... Yeah, the later seasons got stupid. The live action was... The Netflix adaptation happened. What the fuck?
Sure.
I don't know. Fantasy, anything fantasy or high demanding and special effects doesn't need live action. Thank you very. One Piece exists, and I'm very, very, as someone who has never watched One Piece, who also has never watched an episode of the live action, I'm so proud of that team.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the Netflix thing? Both horrendous. No, but I think it was Marsh. Now you. Marsh, don't do this to me. I don't wanna look this up. But
there was definitely a Wings live adaptation that came out that everybody hated.
The Wings saga, based on the Wings Club. I'm so sorry, Marsh. It is Wings. It just doesn't look. The thing is, they made it so gray and adult and boring that it looks more like a grounded series like Witch, and not Wings. Yeah. So, very, very unfortunately,
they completely sucked the whimsy and magic out of it and just made a bunch of random teenage girls in there.
Yeah. I mean, they do that with everything. But yeah, the One Piece live action series is the golden exception, only for one, because I see One Piece fans react to it and be so happy with it. Also, because they fully lean into the camp and the silly and the whimsy of it. And because they use actual real effects and makeup and costumes. You can do it. You can't do it correctly. Mostly they don't.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to kind of put down some questions because we already have answered them. Talking about other things. I honestly was surprised when you started with, Mattel made them, and I was like, huh? The Barbie people?
Yes.
What happened on the way there?
Yes.
That being said, did you have Barbies?
I did have Barbies. I had Disney Barbies, like Disney Princess Barbies, and I had normal Barbie Barbies. I had all of those, yeah.
Was it the it's cool and alternative thing that immediately like made you stick with Monster High, or did Barbie had like a sidelined role? Did Barbie ever had a chance with you, or?
Yeah, no. I mean, it was just like every Barbie looked the fucking same, and it was all very normie, preppy white girl, and it was just like, it was cute. But like every fucking doll, really, did we need every doll to be that? Like, and I did have some some black Barbies as well, which I actually cherished.
Yeah.
But I just got bored, and then you open your eyes to Monster High and everything that was a part of it, and you're just like, wow, this is just so much more and so much better and so much more what I like, you know, what I value as well. So I mean, I didn't hate Barbie. I did like it, and you know, I did love Barbies and things like that. But as soon as I really like had my eyes open to Monster High, I just kind of immediately hyperfixated on it and just went all in.
Almost as if variety and whimsy and colors and uniqueness is something where kids and teens are like, oh, this one.
Yeah.
I wish I had Monster High when I grew up. Honestly, same. Same. That would have been so cool.
It truly is the meme of if you liked Monster High as a kid, you're gay, neurodivergent, or like an Instagram influencer now.
I'm now thinking if we had anything that came close to that, like either in like unique whimsiness or at least something alternative that was that successful.
I think honestly Winx was one of those that, I mean, it wasn't necessarily to the same scale, but I think it did offer some variety for sure.
Yeah, but at the end they were all sticks thin pretty girls. Tetra with her short hair and pants was like the most tomboy thing you got in this show. So
yeah,
but it gave us cunty, Sephic-coded villains. So I'll take that. So those storyline existed, but life would have been cooler if Monster High would have. Just 5 years earlier would have probably saved me a few years in my teens. Honestly, that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, there was that fat shaming bit, but yeah, honestly, in what 2000 media don't you have fat shaming bit?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm now rewatching. Okay, the thing is, when I need just some background noise, I'm rewatching like old shows that I can just have in the background, and some of them are 2000s or like late 90s things, and I'm like, what are we talking about? Honestly, I can't watch Gilmore Girls anymore because it makes me mad. Now that I have like knowledge and a diagnosis, and I'm like, you are all horrible people, shut the fuck up. But you have those very like thin, normal size M people, and it's like, oh, so you're so fat, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or I watched the Bridget Jones. I watched the first Bridget Jones movie, and I don't know what was wrong with me that day. Huh? The fat shaming in the early 2000s was.
Oh, so bad.
I mean, it's still bad. It is still bad, but it was way worse. Guys, if you think modern media fat shaming is bad, you've seen nothing.
Yeah, and ironically, Monster High was the only media that I watched that didn't really have any fat shaming. Like, yes, they all are like the same skinny petite girl, but like there was no arcs about like becoming fat, really. Nothing I can remember.
It's also nice that it's just not a thing at all. Also, they have enough. I think this is the nice thing about having monsters. They're unique and different enough that you can ignore baseline bullshit like weight.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even fucking Sailor Moon had fat shit. I remember nothing about Sailor Moon. I barely. Damn. Mm-hmm. Should I rewatch Sailor Moon a bit at some? I think
I never actually watched it. I want to watch it.
Sailor Moon was one of my first anime ever because this is how old I am. I grew up with Sailor Moon and early Pokemon, and Digimon came out when I had a conscience. Just so insane. This is so insane. Oh! Ooh! Hey. Okay. What I also wrote down when I wrote down Barbie with a lot of exclamation marks is Bratz.
Yes.
Because I looked up, Bratz actually came out in the early 2000s, and now and Bratz were always like the cool, edgy, more mature Barbies, because they were like meant to be like more fashionable and more sassy, and yeah, there's a lot of problematics with that. But do you think something like Bratz and the success of Bratz versus Barbie is maybe one of the factors where Mattel was like, okay, we need to do something, we need to get more cutting edge here?
Yes, absolutely. I think the surgence of Bratz dolls and like just how well received that they were, especially amongst children of color.
Yeah.
I think was definitely one of the most leading factors of why they decided to make Monster High and why they made Monster High, because they needed that edge that they just didn't have with Barbie. Like, sure, you could put Barbie in a goth outfit, but like, is that really Barbie? Like, is that really what Barbie is, you know? Ooh. No. So I think they were like, you know, let's feed into this Bratz crave and this need now for, you know, alternative fashion and fashionista teenagers, and really get into that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, when Bratz came out, I realized they were not for me. I looked at this and could associate with nothing, which, now that I'm adult, makes sense that the white kid was not the target audience for this.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I actually want to know how they did in Europe, or like in Western Europe, because I can't imagine that Bratz dolls were here just like well, sure, that exists now as an alternative.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good point. I wonder about that.
Because yes, now that I think about it, yes, that's especially a lot of like black woman representation. Is it? Yes. I'm sorry. There's one blonde Bratz doll?
Yeah.
Now that I need to. I was like, no, are they all like
women of color? I think most of them are. I think there is like one or two white girls that are part of the main crew.
Okay, there's one blonde white girl, there's one black girl, one probably Latina, and the last one is either a dark-haired white girl, but she also could be Asian because she actually has very black hair.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe. There's also the change. You gotta think about the craze of Cheetah Girls, because Cheetah Girls was also in that same vein.
Yeah. I forgot about the Cheetah Girls. Oh yeah. My god. Latina, Afro-American, Asian, and the white girl is Russian. That is so anti-white America. That's a banger.
Yes.
Bratz designers.
They really were in their bag with that one.
Incredible.
That's awesome.
But also, God, when did the Cheetah Girls came out?
Like 2006, maybe?
It is 2006.
Yeah.
Damn. Yep. Yeah. Now that I look at them, yeah. Honestly, one of the girls needs to be more Asian, and you have basically Bratz dolls.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's insane.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Damn. 20 years ago, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I watched the first High School Musical a while ago, and I looked at scrawny little Zac Efron, who was like, that aged.
It was in his twink era.
I mean, he wasn't even a twink, he was just
A child.
How old was he? 1920-ish?
Yeah. I think he was.
But they were just young. Oh.
Queeker is fucking crazy.
Damn.
How about Monster High Helia feels old for 3 hours straight?
Hey, that happens when you're actually old enough to have witnessed franchises come and go and rise and fall. It's insane. I also didn't think about Monster High actually until I saw people discussing like reboot and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, Monster High was a thing. And then I also never thought about it because I'm an adult who doesn't have children, and it was, I was, like I said, I was already an adult when that stuff came out, so that was way ahead, far away from me. I know nothing was Monster High, just know the name. But you know the name. Yeah. Also, I love how self-explanatory Monster High is, because Barbie is just a name. Barbie has so much history that you're like, yeah, I know what a Barbie is. That's the blonde doll. Monster High is like, oh yeah, it's a high school with monsters. Okay. Bratz dolls was always like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I if anyone knows if that actually is based on something and not just a word they created, that's cool. But it felt like nothing to me.
Yeah.
Also, that's the thing. I'm cringing at the punny Monster High names, but I absolutely get it for what it is, and it's meant to be for children and young teens. Because they are brats. Yeah, true.
Yeah, they're like bratty fashionista, like, you know.
But I hate bratty in the context of confident young women.
I know, it's
especially mostly non-white.
That's definitely, there are some layers to that.
There are days where I would be happy to not have brain cells that are working and connecting things, and I could just look at things. But now I look at things and I'm like, oh, why are we doing? Okay, last question on my little note thingy. If Mattel would ask you, what would you like to add? As in a storyline, a future movie, a new character?
God, I mean, I would say, I don't know if it would be so much as add as I would be like, well, obviously I would love to make some changes. We all know this. But I think that I would be like, return to your roots, Pookie. Like, you had a fully animated web series. Like, go back to that animation style. Because I don't know if you've seen the animation style that they had for G3. It was like 3D animation and it looked like shit. I don't know if you've seen it. Here, let me try to find a screenshot for it. But
let me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send this because I want to get into that, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that because I saw clips of it. So yes, I. Let me click.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I saw that, and I wasn't mad about it. But most 3D animation doesn't look that good overall.
Right, yeah. But like even the old like Gen 1 or Gen 2 3D animations were like, they weren't amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but they still slayed pretty hard versus this new version looks, they look like rubber. They don't look good. It looks weird.
I think that's the thing. The problem with lower budget or lower, it is mostly lower budget projects is they don't have any texture. And it's so hard to make texture with 3D animation. I completely get why they look like this, but then keep it 2D and actually make it easier for the guys to make it interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. That honestly, that's what I would say, is just go back to 2D animations, go back to your roots, you know, circle back around to where Monster High began and really fucking dive into that shit. Don't just go adding shit and changing it up just because you can. Yeah. You know, when there's so many issues that the community has clearly voiced so loudly, you know.
But if you could add to it, character-wise, storyline-wise, what's a character that would actually add to the roster?
Honestly, Hase was joking about it, Chupacabra, but I honestly think if they added more cryptids to the monster, what is the word, like encyclopedia of Monster High, I think that would really, I think a lot of people would really like that. I know I would really like that, like a Mothman Monster High character, the daughter of Mothman, or, you know, the son and or daughter of the Chupacabra, even a scarier one like the Rake. They could really do some stuff with that, you know, like they can really feed into these urban legends and cryptids, because like they have the Yeti, they have Abby, that's practically a cryptid. Like if they really fed into that, I think that would be really cool, like a new cryptid Monster High character.
I want a Bigfoot that looks, that has like a very like similar base design to Abby, but a whole different color scheme, and people still be like, Bigfoot Yeti, where's the difference?
Yeah, like they're like twins, but like completely different.
It's just, we're not the same. We don't even look the same. We're not even from the same region. What is up with you?
Yeah. Literally.
Is there a Fae, or did we just miss to talk about that?
About what?
Is there a Fae creature?
Ooh, that is a good question. Let me look that up, actually.
Because Fae creatures, I think, because that's I thought about like very like Western European things that aren't there yet, but that feel like very rooted to us, and that's like Fae, especially like in the Irish Celtic mythology, of course, but that's like a thing across Western Europe. Like we all have like fairy creatures and stuff like this. Oh my god, I have a stupid idea for a German folklore based one, and I don't know how anyone would be able to put that up, but we have a whole legend of like little are they gnomes? Are there Heinzelmännchen gnomes? I don't know. But they're small little guys who come at night and repair shit for you, as long as you don't try to see them, because then they just fuck off. I just love the idea for some crafty guy who just repairs shit for people all the time.
Yeah, just this tiny little guy just running around in the middle of the day or night.
It's just like short king, and he just sees something. He's like, I can't fucking do that. He always has like a screwdriver or like a bottle of oil, and every time something is like squeaking, he's like, nah, fuck that, not doing that. And I love shit like this.
Like WD-40 and engine oil is great.
Yes. I think I want more silly, harmless based Monster High.
Oh yeah, that would be really cute. I like that idea. So I did actually look it up. There is a category page for fairies in Monster High, but it seems like they're only really concept characters. They're not actual like full-fledged students, or even really background characters.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So, hey, get on that shit, Mattel. Make some fairy or fae characters.
Yeah.
Because that would be really cool.
That would be really cool. Also, there's so much basis for fairies and fae. You can mix and match that shit. That's stuff you can actually jumble up a bit.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, where's my fake girly with a heavy Irish accent? Mattel.
Yes.
Mattel. Come on. Mattel. Mach mal.
Please.
Come on. Guys, just do it. Just fucking.
It'll be so silly. You should do it.
Because that's the thing. I understand why they try to get like variety and representation. But on the other hand,
yeah,
you have so many why use shit like the Phantom of the Opera when you can look into actual folklore?
Oh yeah, absolutely, literally.
Like, I love pop culture reference.
An unending number of monsters and folklore and urban legends that you could just pick from.
Oh, do we have a puppet? Do we have a puppet or a marionette?
Yes. So we have, well, there's a voodoo doll named Voodoo Hoodoo.
Oh, oh no. Oh no.
Yes. A white boy nonetheless.
What?
And
that's
horrendous.
Actually,
find a picture of him. Hold on.
Oh god.
Voodoo Hoodoo. And I think there is another type of like marionette or like puppet character.
Also, every time I see like a fabric stitched up, that's not voodoo, my guys.
Yeah,
that's the actual like sewn puppets are a Celtic, Western European tradition. Haitian voodoo looks a lot different and that is disgusting. I was like, oh my god, do we have like a creepy porcelain doll? And I'm hit with horrendous bullshit.
Oh. Yeah, I just put him in your DMs right now. That is what he looks like.
Yeah, fuck this shit. Oh my god. There's a circus character that is a doll.
Yes, she's actually supersized, and I have her. She's massive. She's like a 2-foot tall doll.
Okay.
I don't remember her name because she came out a little bit later. She was like end of G2.
Half a sleep take. If Monster High was pitched today, there would be at least one animatronic. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would also be fucking fun.
That would be fun. That would be so fun. I mean, Mattel does make Monster High dolls based off of real like horror and like they made a Wednesday Addams doll, they made a Coraline doll, they made an Alien doll.
They made an Alien doll?
Yes, do you want to see the Xenomorph doll?
Looking it up. I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Oh! It actually looks like a Xenomorph.
Yeah.
Oh!
They're like collector dolls, so they put a little bit more work into them.
Need to. I did not expect it to actually look good, or to look like a Xenomorph, or having. I'm surprised that the skull shape is a helmet. That makes so much sense.
Because they also made a doll for Lady Gaga, didn't they? I think they did. I think you're right about that.
That makes sense.
Sure. Okay. There might actually be a character based around Lady Gaga.
Oh
in
my
the actual
fucking god! Why are you so big?
Yeah.
Xenomorph with the helmet, and that is what I want, Monster High.
Yeah.
Because you could do a whole gen with pop culture and media monsters. You could do that. And that design is impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
It's recognizable, it's fashionable, it's so well constructed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like their collector's dolls. Their collector's dolls are really, really cool. Some of them, they kind of miss the mark a little bit, obviously, because they're not perfect, but a lot of them are really cool.
I mean, that is a lot of times. Okay, I also think this is probably the best collector's doll they ever made, and anything else sucks in contrast. I mean, looking at this, I'm like, yeah, that's peak, and you will never ever make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
They were in their bag with that one, yeah. Absolutely.
That's also that's the problem with fandoms who grew up. Because if they make new stuff for Monster High, who are we aiming for? Are we aiming for nostalgia, or are we aiming for new kids? Because you can't do both.
Right, yeah.
What would you wish what they would do? Like play on the nostalgia and, I don't know, make it maybe even more mature, or actually still make it work for kids?
I mean, in my heart of hearts, I know I would love it if they were to feed back into that nostalgia. But I also know and understand that, like, that isn't really the purpose at this point. Like, you know, it is for kids, and it is meant to be good for, like, the whole point of G3 was to be for the new generation of children. And I do get that, and I do think that, you know, I think new kids should also get to experience Monster High. But I do know that I would absolutely eat that shit up if they were to feed into the nostalgia factor. And like make it more mature too. I think I would love it so much. But yeah, I think, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because I understand both sides, and I do think both sides are good.
Yep.
I can't help but like just feel so much nostalgia and love for, you know, the way that things were.
What do we think about an aged up concept sequel series movie?
Oh, that would be so cool. Like Frankie going to her new job, her first job after college, and like trying to fit in, and then still keeping up with the girls and seeing like all their coming of age and like seeing how them growing up and stuff. That would be so fucking cool.
Or something like they actually didn't manage to stay in contact, and then you have like a reunion episode. Also possibility. Because I was like, okay, 50-50. Either Rio will love the idea or fucking yell at me. Those are my options, and there will be no in between. which is completely fine, because I think most franchises do not need an age up or an adult version. No.
Yeah.
No. I don't want the teenagers to have now to deal with taxes and jobs.
Yeah, that's awful. No, I agree. I definitely agree to some extent. I mean, I feel like it's a fun, like, fandom AU, like, people drawing art of, like, what they would look like aged up. I think that's really cute and really fun. But I do agree to some extent that, like, we don't need it. You know, we don't need that to be part of the official universe of Monster High, you know, I think, or of any, you know, like, franchise. It doesn't have to be. I think sometimes it can sort of contradict almost, or like water down the initial meaning or purpose of the original show, you know?
Yeah, especially since they a lot of times start dimming the characters so much from, oh, they had ambitions to their youth and then reality hit them in the face, and we don't need that.
Yeah.
We genuinely.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I did want to mention though, before we get too lost in the sauce. I did send you a picture of Toralai's old design.
Yeah, her cool short hair. She looks like Wings Tetra a bit, which is she looks like a modern Cats musical character.
She does. She absolutely does. Actually, you're so right.
Yeah, they hyper-feminized her for no reason.
They really did. Like, she was kind of like the tomboy mean girl, and then they just hyper-feminized her. They just threw her in a skirt for no particular reason.
Yeah.
I do kind of like her old design more, and her old dolls were really cute. But I don't think it's all bad. You know, I think it's still good for what it is. Now, okay, so you know how I said that Ghoulia...
Hi, raiders!
Ooh, we're getting raided.
Yeah, we're getting raided. Hi, raid. Let me look at things. Give me a second. Hi, Burning. Thank you for the raid. How was Teamfight Tactic? That's one of the league things, right? Yeah, hi, I'm Helia, your local Sunsnack collector story keeper of secrets, and today it's Hydrafixation, the talk show where I invite people for them to yap about their special interest. And today I'm here with Rio, and we're yapping about Monster High. How are you doing, guys? How was the game? How was stream? Also, raiders, if you need to raid and run and, you know, relax after however the stream was, please do. That's important. If you want to hang out. And maybe you guys have an opinion about Monster High. Also, I'm supposed to... Yeah, okay. I was told to stretch, and you have to stretch with me.
Okay.
Yeah,
you can stretch the bones.
Disgusting. Exhausting. Oh, my... Ow. Oh, I felt that. See, this is...
Oh, my God.
We're talking about... franchise that has fashion that makes me feel old, and my spine immediately is like, fuck you. I'm showing you old. Yeah, which isn't fun. Is that all, Monster? Yeah, we're yapping about Monster High and the differences in gens and all that. We were. The thing is, guys, you all missed a lot. If you wanna rewatch the episode, YouTube will have your back. Hopefully, I will do probably have to tweak a little something, because we played the video earlier, and I will probably have to cut that bit out. Other than that, you can look it up. But yeah, guys, if you have an opinion to Monster High or a favorite Monster High girl, tell us. I'm curious. Now, also what I'm asking myself all the time is now, if I had been young enough, who would have been my favorite? Do you want to make it? Do you want to make like an analysis, of who would probably be my favorite?
Yeah, I think you would really like either Ghoulia. Or...
Weird way to call me autistic.
I think you would like either Ghoulia or...
Here, insert obscure side character number 15.
Yeah, I think maybe either Ghoulia or Abby or Cleo. Mayhaps.
Cleo definitely hits into my old Egyptian mythology phase. It was very loud. Very loud. Yeah, I'm questioning it. It probably wouldn't have been one of the main girls. I feel like maybe, but Gulia would probably be a good one. Cleo is so mother.
She truly is.
I think honestly, I think
she's the OG mean girl.
I think I will look up a few of the old stuff just to get, because I remember nothing. They just existed. I literally couldn't pinpoint a voice or a characteristic to any one of those. This is the level of too old I am for this.
Cleo kind of sounds like this. This is kind of her voice. She has like a very old, preppy mean girl
money.
Voice. Yeah,
she loves
money.
enriched person.
Yeah. Very much so.
I mean, that makes sense.
But there is marathons of the web series on YouTube and the movies, some of the movies. So I definitely recommend, for free no less, looking those up if you're interested. There are like 12 hours of web series you can sit through and hang out in the background or whatever.
That's the thing. That's probably a good last wrap-up question. What's like, if someone is like, okay, now I want to actually look into it and see what's up, what's like the movie you would recommend as a first one?
Ooh.
I know.
Let me think. I mean, honestly, I think the very first movie that they put out, New Ghoul at School, I think that is a really good sort of sampler because it sets up, it builds the world for you, right? Like it presents it very clearly. It's the first introduction of Monster High. It shows you a lot of their relationship dynamics. It shows you Frankie as like the main character of a lot of the series. And you kind of get to see a lot of characters, especially side ones. I think if you just want to try it out to see if you like it, New Ghoul at School, the first 2D animated movie, is really good. It has a really good soundtrack, really good animation. I think that would be honestly the best one.
Interesting, because usually people never recommend the first iteration of anything as an entry point.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think they killed it with that introduction movie. I think they actually did really good with that because it really sets up exactly what Monster High is. You know, it really rolls it out for you.
I will probably actually do. I might actually do that tomorrow while I do stuff, and then I can just like message you live commentary with what the screenshots and do. What the fuck is this? What is happening?
It's so good.
Or Rio, hear me out. Make a watch along. Go watch along on your channel. You could do it.
Yes, I could do it. You're so right. Ugh, that would be so much fun.
Write it down. Okay, someone annoy Rio next week for a watch along.
Yeah, someone get to me about that. Someone bug me about it, please, or else I will forget and it will never happen.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Talking about next stream, I wanted to be like, oh, when are you streaming next? But I think the answer is tomorrow because we're sitting in the same collab.
Yeah, tomorrow, exactly. Tomorrow morning.
Oh, fuck, it's true. That's so early for you.
It's like at 10 a.m. for me, which isn't that bad.
No, but I mean, 5 p.m. is even early for me to stream. But yeah. Tomorrow, we're playing Lethal Company with more people. I don't even know who actually said yes. Dessa will be there. That's legit the list I have in mind for that.
Yeah, me, Helia, Dessa, and someone else.
Other cool people. I genuinely, I love collab planning like this. where you don't even have like a specific amount of people you need, especially with modded gameplay, and it's like, yeah, whoever.
Yeah.
Sure. Also, yeah,
Those fuckers.
I just today reinstalled Lethal Company.
Nice.
I haven't touched it in 3 years or something, which is insane.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember nothing. I just remember that I was horrendous at this game. So yeah, join us tomorrow for peak professional gameplay. Is there anything else you wanna advertise or plug or whatever?
Ooh, let's see. Go watch Monster High.
Yeah.
Hang out at my streams sometimes. They're very random. You don't even have to follow or really say anything. You just lurk. That's fine. Go follow my Twitter. I post art there sometimes. It's really fun. Hehehe.
I follow your Twitter. I think I do. If not, that would be embarrassing. It would be a bit embarrassing right now.
After what you said before about people following you later after we've already been friends for a while.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It happens. But yeah, also just follow Rio on Twitch if you don't have to, especially because you will need the multi-perspective view tomorrow for Lethal Company. I think you need that, absolutely. Or you will miss most of it. Okay, now the question is, do you have anyone we could rate out to? That maybe I don't know yet?
I absolutely do, actually.
Because I have so many people, but I always leave it to my guests to introduce us to someone new. Or not new. Sometimes it's just not new, and I'd still take it.
That's fair.
The more you connect with people, the more you realize that you guys all watch the same people and the same stuff, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I have a friend, Dahlia. She's playing some Tomodachi Life, the new Tomodachi Life that just came out today.
Okay, send me the name over.
There we go.
Dahlia Burkhoff, that's a name. That is a name. Holy shit.
Yes. Very much so.
I love that everyone plays Tomodachi. I have still no idea what's actually going on with that game in general. I just see very wild clips of it, and I'm like, oh, you know what? You guys go. I never played the original in any way because I was never a console person at all. So I missed a lot of the like me stuff in general and do not have any nostalgia with that. But hey, I'm kind of happy that this exists now. It got a reboot and people have fun with it because it is silly as fuck. But
absolutely,
Chet, thanks for hanging out with us for over 2.5 hours, especially with the actual delay that we had today. And yep, with us and listen to us. Thank you, Rio, for hanging out and yapping.
Thank you for letting me yap about my special interests.
Yeah, that's what this show is all about. On my plan is next week we actually already have the next episode. Kind of excited about that because that one's in the making for forever. Yeah, if you guys want to watch more episodes, they're on the on my YouTube. There's a Hydrafixation episode in order of episode. You guys can also hang out on my Discord, especially if you guys want to play Minecraft, because next week I'm opening my community Minecraft server. If you don't want to miss that and want to hang out, you can also do that. That being said, I'll start the raid. Wish a happy snack raid. Thanks guys for hanging out. We will see each other tomorrow. Tomorrow already again. Damn, you don't get a break. It is what it is.
There's no rest for the wicked.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, guys, have a good rest of your day, rest of your week. If you for any reason do not watch our streams because you hate us. It's hard out. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm getting tired. Bye, guys. See ya next time.